Hello and welcome. Today we're going to talk about a book that is without a doubt one of the most powerful things you could ever read. It's Viktor Frankl's Man's Search for Meaning. And this is so much more than just a book. It's really a testament to the human spirit, written by a man who went through the absolute unimaginable and somehow found a reason to keep living. Frankl's entire life's work really boils down to this one single terrifying question. Think about it. When your family, your job, your home, even your name, when all of it is stripped away, what's left? What could possibly give you a reason to keep going? That's the mystery we're going to try and unpack here. So to really get a handle on Frankl's ideas, we have to start by understanding his reality. Because before he was this world-famous philosopher, he was just a number. He was prisoner 119-104. Just try to imagine this for a second. You're at the very top of your profession, a celebrated psychiatrist in Vienna, and then, in an instant, your whole world just collapses. Frankl was sent to 4 different Nazi concentration camps, including Auschwitz. And in those camps, he lost almost everyone he loved. His parents, his brother, his pregnant wife. He was left with what he later called a naked existence. Nothing left but his own mind, facing absolute horror. Frankl called this a provisional existence of unknown limit. Think about what that really means. The prisoners had no idea when or if their suffering would ever end. There was no release date to look forward to. And this crushing uncertainty, well, it was designed to destroy all hope, to completely break the human spirit. And yet, right there, in that abyss of total hopelessness, Frankl discovered something absolutely fundamental about being human. He realized our deepest drive wasn't what so many other great thinkers had claimed. It was something else entirely. He ended up calling his discovery logotherapy. The word logos, that's Greek for meaning, and that's the whole idea right there. Frankl argued that our primary motivation, the force that gets us out of bed in the morning, the thing that pulls us through our darkest times, is our search for meaning. This really puts his idea into perspective. So you've got Sigmund Freud, who said we're all driven by a will to pleasure. Then you have Alfred Adler, who argued it's all about a will to power. But Frankl, he comes along and presents this third way. Our deepest, most fundamental need is a will to meaning. It's not about feeling good or being in charge. It's about having a reason why. Frankl quoted the philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche all the time, and this line perfectly captures his central idea. If you have a strong enough reason, a why, you can endure almost any hardship, anyhow. He saw this with his own eyes in the camps. The people who had a purpose, some reason to survive, they were often the ones who made it. Okay, so this is a really powerful idea, but how do we actually find this meaning in our own lives? Well, Frankl didn't just leave it as some abstract concept. He actually laid out 3 very distinct, practical paths that any one of us can take. And here they are. First, you can find meaning through creation, through a project, a job, a mission. Second, through experiencing something or encountering someone, basically through love. And third, and this one is maybe his most profound insight, we can find meaning in the attitude we take toward the suffering we simply can't avoid. Let's dig into that second path for a moment. Love. During these brutal, freezing marches, Frankl would have entire conversations in his mind with his wife. He had no idea if she was even still alive, but the image of her, the love he felt for her, it was so powerful that it actually lifted him above his physical pain and filled him with this incredible sense of purpose. This experience led him to a pretty profound conclusion, that even when a person has literally nothing left in the world, they can still find bliss, find fulfillment, just by thinking about the person they love. Love, he realized, is the ultimate goal we can aspire to. And then there's that third path, the one forged in the heart of the camps. Frankl wasn't saying we should go looking for suffering. Not at all. But he recognized that it's an unavoidable, ineradicable part of life. The real challenge, he said, isn't to avoid it, but to find meaning in it. Because the moment you find a meaning in your suffering, it stops being suffering. A tragedy can actually be turned into a personal triumph. And all of this leads us to what is maybe the most powerful and lasting lesson from all of Frankl's work. It's the one thing that no one, not even the guards in Auschwitz, could ever take away from him. Think about it. They could take his clothes, his hair, his family, his name. They had total control over his environment, but they could not control his response. Between the stimulus, the suffering, and his reaction to it, there was a tiny space. And in that space, that's where his power was, the power to choose. That, he said, is the last of the human freedom. And he saw this proven true every single day. Some prisoners became cruel, selfish. But others, he saw them walking through the barracks, comforting people, giving away their very last piece of bread. The camps didn't create their character. They revealed it. In the end, the person you became was the result of an inner decision. And so Frankl's story, which was born from such unimaginable suffering, becomes this timeless message of hope for all of us. And it kind of forces us to turn that lens around and look at our own lives. Frankl's life really compels us all to ask ourselves this one fundamental question. In our own struggles, whether they're big or small, what is the work that we need to do? The person we need to love? The suffering we have to face with dignity? Because according to Viktor Frankl, finding your answer to that, well, that's not just a search for meaning, that's the purpose of life itself.